Barron Trump, Donald Trump's youngest son, has been selected as a Florida delegate for the Republican National Convention. And that's according to a list that they released just yesterday. And he's not the only Trump family member who has now been named a delegate. Now, a Trump campaign official confirmed the report to ABC News saying, quote, yes, he's on the delegation roster and Barron is very interested in our nation's political process. He's 18, he just graduated high school. And so he might be super interested in our political process. A little bit of a conflict of interest here. Now, he's not the only one in the Trump family who's now a Florida delegate. Let's take a look at the list. You also have Eric Trump, Donald Trump Jr., you have Kimberly Guilfoyle, Tiffany Boulos, Michael Boulos, Barron Trump, Pam Bondi is not related to Donald Trump, but is a huge fan of Donald Trump's as a Republican politician. But nonetheless, you see a lot of names on that list who come from the Trump family. Eric Trump, so Eric Trump will also serve as the delegation chair, meaning he'll place his father's name in for the nomination. And Kimberly Guilfoyle will serve on the platform committee. Ivanka and her husband, Jared Kushner, were absent from the list, saying that she would stay away from her father's re-election bid. And it seems like she has actually committed to doing that. So for now, Ivanka Trump and her husband have not really been involved in the election process. According to Ballotpedia, delegates are individuals who choose to represent their state at the party's national nominating convention. They are either selected in primary and caucus contests or included because of their position as an elected representative or member of the party leadership. So is this something to be concerned about, Cenk? What are your thoughts?
Pausing here to deliver some honest truth as we do in our news coverage as well. TYT is facing challenges, guys, as the entire industry is. You know who could make the difference? You. If you hit the join button below, it's gonna make all the difference and keep us in business. We appreciate you, thank you. It's not concerning, I don't really care who Donald Trump's delegates are. And if he needs them, he'll just have fake delegates anyway. Okay, so fake electors, fake delegates, etc. But I was given to understand that like discussing Barron Trump in the context of politics was like the most egregious thing in the world. And now, giant difference, I know, he just turned 18 as opposed to back when people were talking about him and he was 11 or whatever he was. And that's when Donald Trump and Melania Trump got all verklempt. And I get it, I totally get it. But at the time, and I don't remember exactly what they said, but they said that he also had some sort of developmental issue or something.
I don't
remember what it was, guys, sorry. But they were like, oh my God, especially because of that, you can't ever talk about this kid. But apparently he's okay now. So because he's gonna be a delegate and he's super into politics. And by the way, if you've seen the pictures, approximately 8 feet tall.
He's really tall. You're right, because Trump is tall. And then you see pictures of Trump standing next to Barron, you're like, oh my God, Barron is super tall. But look, I have not heard a peep from Barron Trump. Like, I genuinely don't know what his views are on any political issues. All I know is he is the youngest son of former President Donald Trump. And the one thing I'm a little bit concerned about is, did he get pushed in this direction? Is he really political, right? And if he is really political and he's got some, points that he wants to make, then no holds barred, of course, he's not a kid anymore. But yeah. I've gotten no indication that this kid, he's an adult now, yes, that he's like deeply involved and interested in politics, but who knows, maybe he is.
Yeah, so look, I don't really care about him at all, to be honest, like one way or another. If it turns out he's into politics and he's amazing at it, great, wonderful, who cares? If it turns out he's got I was gonna say the wrong end of the gene pool, but is there a right end of the Trump gene pool? Okay, so then that'll be very normal. That'll be like Eric and Don Jr. and etc. The only interesting part of the story to me is, well, two things. One is just like a personal curiosity. The other one's slightly relevant. The personal curiosity is, like, has Donald Trump spent any time with this kid?
I know.
Right? Like, I've never seen him in anything. Like, has he done a round of golf with him? He loves golf, right? Has he taught him how to play? Has he watched a ball game with him? Like, you never ever hear those stories. And maybe they do, they just don't publicize it. I'd be really surprised. Another thing that was slightly surprising was that, Hey, Tiffany's back. Tiffany's also a delegate.
Oh, okay. That's who Boulos is.
Yes.
I'm like, wait, who's Tiffany Boulos?
That's really funny. Even you forgot. That's Tiffany Trump. She got married to what sounds like a Greek dude. He's a delegate. Their dog's a delegate. Their cat's a delegate. The fly in their house is a delegate. That's the only relevant part of the story. Okay. By the way,
and the donors. There's some donors. In there.
In case you're a fact checker, the animals are not actually delegates. Okay. So, anyways. So this used to be a real process with people who actually cared about politics, and then they would go to the conventions and they would have a vote and they would have a voice, and it was important. Now it's just a circus anyway, right? So since the conventions are a circus, all of politics is a circus. Oh, so you brought a kid along? Okay, does he fit into the clown car? Well, barely. He's so tall. Okay, but other than that. It's a joke. These delegates are a joke. They're stuffing it with their family members and their uncles and their dogs. It's hilarious. But just don't put Kristi Noem there with the dog. There's no dog, by the way. There's no dog. And Kristi Noem's in South Dakota.
Yeah, and I don't think Trump would even want the dogs as delegates.
That's true. He's not a big fan of dogs or kids. Seems like a swell guy. Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.